Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Lucy Massam and today we will be doing a video on how to get out of a funk. I was inspired to do this video because a few weeks ago I was feeling kind of down and upset and I got kind of frustrated because in the beginning of this year I was feeling very happy and myself and honestly the happiest I've ever been, and I stopped feeling that way. I got really stressed and kind of down on myself. I started spending more time just like in my room, not being productive, and yeah, it sucked a lot. So I'm out of it now, but I wanted to share with you guys how I get out of funks because they happen often sometimes. But hopefully if you know some of these little tricks or just things to make you feel happier, it'll help. Okay, so the first one is to take responsibility. Happiness is a choice. You can choose to be happy in whatever situation comes upon you. Now, sometimes this is difficult if it is something very negative or you just can't bring yourself to feel happy about it, but honestly, if you make that conscious decision to feel happy, say it's in the morning before you go to school and you're like, today's going to be a good day. I'm gonna be positive and I'm gonna have a good time. Then, honestly, it's most likely that you will have a good time instead of just being like, oh, well, I hope this doesn't suck. You know, my second one is, and this is honestly, like, if I could give everyone a piece of advice to feel your best self, even if you're not suffering from a mental illness or something, because we have that kind of stigma that we hold against this, but to get a therapist. And I don't know why this is such a uncommon thing or just an uncommon thing to talk about, but for some reason, when I say, like, I go to therapy, sometimes people look at me weird, like, oh, like, what's wrong? But, like, nothing has to be wrong to want to talk to a therapist. Honestly, even if you're feeling just overwhelmed and stressed, if you can afford it, therapy is the best thing for you. Like, I promise you, it has genuinely changed my life. When I saw a therapist in, like, 8th grade when I was super depressed, and then stopped seeing her because I didn't really like her, and then went to the therapist I see now. So I started seeing her in like November. That's when my anxiety like got really bad, and genuinely she makes my week. Like, last week I didn't get to see her because there was a snowstorm and I started getting really like overwhelmed and I started like, well, whatever. But just make it part of your routine. If feeling happy is something that is very important to you, which it should be, that is literally like the one thing that can make the entity of yourself feel pure is happiness, if that makes sense. Sorry, I don't even know what I was saying. Basically, happiness is like the number one thing to living, in my opinion. So if that's something you care about, then talking about what you're feeling isn't a bad thing, and it's not something we should be ashamed about. Usually I'm like, bye guys, gotta go to therapy, and I'm like, I just had the best therapy session, let me tell you what I learned. And it is truly amazing because one of my favorite things to do is self-analyze, and I like to know why I feel certain things. I like to know why I say certain things or why I get mad about things, and like that, figuring out why you do things and getting to the root of those problems, even if it's not a problem, even if it's just an action or a habit that you have developed, understanding why you do that is so interesting and it's so cool. So, for example, I used to, and still kind of do, have a huge problem with talking in class. I would absolutely never raise my hand, even if I knew the answer. Never. I would have major anxiety about reading out loud, and I still do. And if my teacher's like, okay, we're gonna like popcorn around, like reading, like taking turns reading, my heart starts to beat and I get super nervous and my chest gets really tight and I'm like, I like can't function, whatever. Long story short, I have a problem speaking in class. I get very nervous. I had no idea why it was like this. You know, I genuinely had no idea. I'm a very extroverted person, usually in certain situations. So it didn't make sense why I would never talk in class or in school. And so I realized that like in 5th grade, which I kind of like blocked out this memory, I was really embarrassed by something, and then from then I never wanted to talk because my teacher like embarrassed me once or something. So weird, but also the therapist I have now talked to me about it as if it was a game. And I told my friends this because I found this information like very, very helpful. And so if you think about when you're playing a game with your friends or family, say you're playing charades, and someone is acting something out, and you're guessing like, construction worker, plumber, whatever, you're guessing all these things. And say they're wrong, you just keep guessing, right? Or if it's a movie, you keep guessing. And you're not embarrassed when you get something wrong. I don't know if that's whether you're in the presence of friends or the fact that you know it's just a game and it doesn't count for anything. But even when you're not with people you know, you feel that comfort. But why do we feel as if in school it's different? And if raising your hand to guess the answer, if it's wrong, we feel shame and we feel embarrassed. Why is that? It doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. Because when I see someone get the answer wrong, I feel honestly a sense of relief because I see that person as relatable now because I've seen a flaw in them and I see them as relatable. And that is such a valuable thing because it allows us to connect with one another. But if you see someone that doesn't really show much of their personality and is just kind of like a brick wall, you might be scared of them or feel distant or not want to talk to them, you know? So we have that sense of, we see that other side of someone when they get an answer wrong. So why is it that we're scared to get the answer wrong? Why is that? But if you just think about it as a game, then it helps. And this year, especially, I've been so much better with raising my hand in class and saying the answer. I obviously, like, my participation grades aren't amazing, but they're better than they used to be. Like in middle school, I would never raise my hand. I think I went a whole year in one class without talking or like raising my hand once, which is bad because that's how you learn. You learn when you ask questions and are confused and get things wrong. So what? Like, that's weird. Okay, weird tangent, but get a therapist. It'll help you, I promise. 3, make environmental changes. So whether you are sitting in your room and just kind of like lounging there, being a couch potato, not really getting out, feeling really upset and just not loving your life, like, get outside. I'm not telling you to go for a 10-mile run because I feel like in every video it's like, go out, get exercise. Like, obviously that will help, but I'm not trying to make this video something that's gonna like pressure you or be hard to do because I'm trying to, like, this is easy fixes to get out of a funk. So go outside, go for a walk, just sit outside and do your homework. I don't know, drink your coffee, whatever. Like, go outside. It'll help, I promise. But as well as other environmental changes, I mean like reorganizing your desk, cleaning your room, like even just like cleaning out your pencil case in your backpack or like getting a new pencil case, getting new folders for school. Like, these little things make you feel renewed and fresh. I promise you, they do help. So try to do that. Those help. 4, make a new playlist. Now, for me, music is genuinely one of the best things in my life. Sometimes I wake up in the morning to listen to music because I love music. Some people don't, and I don't really understand that at all, actually. It really just doesn't, I don't get it. But music's a big thing for me. So, if you're feeling like your life is boring and there's really no source of happiness, make a new playlist. Browse your Spotify curated playlists or whatever. What is that called? Discover Weekly. Browse that. Look at discover new music, you know? Like, find new artists. Go look at your friends' playlists. Make a new playlist. And then if you can drive, go out and drive and just listen to your music, you know? Or just sit outside and listen to your music. It really will make you feel better. Music makes you feel like a new person. I swear. It brings out different personalities in you. It's really awesome. Who knows? In your past life, you could have been a reggae singer. I don't know. Your consciousness is the only one that can tell you that. So if you feel a certain connection to rap music, who knows? Maybe your husband in your past life was a rapper. I don't... This is like getting into topics about like life and death. I love it. 5, connect with people. Whether it's your friends or people online, such as like YouTubers, if you can connect with them and how you're feeling, then it will make you feel better. Or your friends that bring out energy in you, that positive energy, hang out with them. Be surrounded by people. Even if you don't like your family, get out of your house, meet new people, go hang out with your friends. I have been kind of trying to do the opposite recently because sometimes I have this weird thing about being alone and I get really upset. So I'm always like, I need to be with people. I need people. I'm so much happier when I'm with people. But that can be kind of bad sometimes because then you don't learn how to be by yourself. So learn to be by yourself. But also connect with people because I feel great when I'm with people. When I'm with my best friends, I'm like, yeah, like, oh, I swear it is literally the best. The best thing ever. Life will never stop throwing you curveballs. The only way to deal with them is to change how you internalize them. If you're in a funk right now, going back to my first point about how happiness is a conscious decision, you just need to change your mentality. And even if you have to fake it at first, you can teach your mind to start pushing away these negative thoughts. The flow of thoughts can be a positive snowball, but it can also be a negative snowball effect. So you have to be careful. And this is also going into like the law of attraction stuff, which I'm so excited to make my video for. I've been doing so much research, except all my research got deleted a few days ago, so I have to do it again. Whatever. But anyways, following the law of attraction, your thoughts become things, and so if you think positive thoughts, they will manifest themselves into your life. Just like if you think negative thoughts, they will manifest themselves into your life. So this might be hard, but you have to think positively. You have to be grateful. Be grateful for what you freaking have. I was watching Get Out the other day, which is, oh my god, such a good movie. But it made me think because one of the guys is blind in it, and it just got me thinking how he woke up one day and he was blind. And I was like, in that moment, I was so grateful that I have sight. If you're watching this right now, you can see. You're not blind. Be grateful for that. We tend to overlook these things that we already have. It's like privilege. I mean, these are our privileges. Privilege is thinking something isn't a problem if it's not a problem for you. So that's something else to think about. I don't know. You also need to, this is like totally off topic, but don't talk to yourself in a rude way. If you get a bad grade, don't be like, God damn it, Lucy, you're so dumb. You have to be like, you know what, Lucy, you're smart. You got this next time. It's fine. We'll study harder next time. You know? Why would you talk to yourself like that if you wouldn't talk to other people like that? So those were my 5 or 6 ways to stop feeling like shit. So if you're in bed watching this video right now, or if you're feeling shitty watching this video right now, go take a shower, make yourself a nice drink, or go get some coffee or something. Make a to-do list with all the stuff stressing you out. Chill out. Life is good. Everything will work out. I promise you. I promise. So, if you like my videos, stick around, subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye, guys.